Hey guys, gals, and non-binary pals, welcome to Board Game the Game Show presents It's Quiz Time. It's quiz time. We're going to start up in just a couple of minutes. Remember, this is our visuals-based quiz show. You're going to get pictures, you're going to answer questions about them, and you have a chance to win tonight's fabulous prize. It is right here. Oh my goodness, take a look. It is Captain Crunch's Ocean Blue artificially maple flavored syrup. So many things are artificial here. I think the artificial applies to both the Ocean Blue and the maple syrup. So much artificial in one place. And this can be yours if you are tonight's winner of our game. 15 questions of visual content. You're going to get a picture, you're going to get a question. That's how it works. That's the game there. We're going to start in just a couple of minutes. Hey, Bree, welcome. Let's take a look. Hey, Bree, welcome. I've decided to put this everywhere. No, yeah, no, it's real bad. It's real bad. I understand. I'm warning everyone tonight. I see Breeze here right now, so I'll tell you if you're out there. Remember, you're going to be playing the game on your phones tonight. There's a terrible delay between wherever you're watching it and where I'm making it. So always look at your phones. But you might say, Bruce, what am I going to do with my phone? I'm glad you asked. What I want you to do is on any browser-based anything you have, go to crowd.live, put in the code JBJCZ. JBJCZ is how you get into tonight's game. We're going to start in probably about 5 or so minutes. And Brianna doesn't need it. I need it. All you have to do is win. And in 15 questions, we're going to find out where exactly this is going. Johnny, thanks so much for showing up. I decided to put it everywhere. So it's on my Facebook. It's on the Facebook for Board Game the Game Show. It is also running on YouTube right now. Remember, if you like what we're doing, go over to YouTube, subscribe. I need all the subscribers I can get. Also, if you take a look at the bottom, if you like this, you can tip at coffee.com. Bruce Vogue. And tonight's prize, once again, is this amazing bottle of artificially flavored maple syrup. It's also artificially blue. It's so artificially. Once again, if you want to jump in, take the time. On any web-based, any browser-based, anything you have, a phone, a tablet, another screen, but I really think a phone or a tablet is better. Go to crowd.live, put in the code JBJCZ. Robert's here just for the syrups. I don't blame you. That's why I put it up there. Once again, your top prize. Artificially, Captain Crunch's artificially both blue and maple flavored syrup. We're going to start up our competition in probably about 3 to 5 minutes. Once again, I warn everybody, I can't warn you enough. This is always going to run on a delay. So please make sure you're staring at your phones. That is the ultimate arbiter of the game. That is the scorekeeper. That is the referee. So pay attention to what's going on there. I'm going to do a last minute check and just make sure that I've given you enough time to answer questions. You know what? I'm going to add a little more time. I'm going to give you a little extra time to answer these tonight because you have to look at the picture, figure out what the picture is, and then apply that to the questions I'm asking. So we're going to start this competition up in just a couple of minutes. Thank you so much for taking the time to show up and check this out. Once again, we're going to begin in just a little while, just a couple of minutes. If you want in, and you do, go to crowd.live, enter the code JBJCZ. Jennifer, welcome. Hi. Welcome. Thanks for taking the time to show up. As you can see, someone that's watching us over on YouTube, thank you so much. And Miss Dew, sup? Welcome to the game, Mousy Dew. Thank you so much for taking the time to show up. Once again, let me pull this back real quick. I'll make me big and the screen small. This is your prize tonight. Captain Crunch's Ocean Blue artificially maple flavored syrup. They are not a sponsor of the show. I had to pay for this with real money, but one of you is going to win it. Remember, if you like what I'm doing, please like, follow, subscribe, tell people about it, yell it out your window or a passing car, but from a safe distance. Don't get close and tell anyone about it. Tell them from as far away as you can. And if you also like it, you can tip me at coffee, ko-fi.com/Bruce Vogue. It pays for coffee, it pays for the beer, and the this, and everything. It does all that. We're going to start up in just a couple of minutes. We got Rick here. Happy day, Bruce. Currently cannot play, currently packing. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear it. Hopefully you'll at least get to listen to the game. Once again, if you want to play out there, let's make the screen big. Go to crowd.live, put in the code JBJCZ. That's how you play. Days of Plunder here. What the food? And I promise you, okay, so just so you know, in case you win Captain Crunch's artificially maple flavored syrup, I did buy two. We are going to talk about it on the podcast. We have figured out how to fix the podcast. We are mailing copies of games to everyone in the show, and I am going to send them little cups of Captain Crunch's Ocean Blue artificially maple flavored syrup. So don't worry, if you win, you will also get to be a part of that. That's a thing. That's real. We're going to start this competition up in 2 minutes. There are 11 players in the game. Technically, the first 100 can play, but there are 11 of you, and one of you is going to win the syrup. We're going to start up in a couple of minutes. Shot, 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 shot. I wouldn't do that. This is, I don't know if this comes out right. This is an alarming color. It is it's real bad. It's real bad. I'm very excited. Once again, we're going to start up. The game will begin in about 1 minute. I'm going to make two warnings. One, remember, look at your phone the whole time. Your phone is the scorekeeper. Don't worry about what I'm saying. That also includes in a moment when I start the game, you might hear me still counting down and the question might be on your phone. So that is where the game's actually going to happen. Second thing is question number 5 tonight is a format I've never tried. I don't know that it's going to work. Just a warning. So there's just one question that's just wild. Captain Crunch sailed the Ocean Blue in 2000 and maybe in 2. Or maybe we're in 2020 and this is what all of the syrup is going to look like. Soon enough, Captain Crunch will own everything and Captain Crunch will be all of the cereals. Looks like green poops of the future, especially if you really like pancakes. I wonder what color it ends as. I believe we have a guess. Ian thinks it's green. Ian thinks it could be green that we end this at. Jennifer, once again, yeah, there we go. So we are looking at 5 after. I think we are about to begin. I'm going to give you one last warning. If you want to play the game, and you do, go to crowd.live on any browser, put in the code JBJCZ. That's how you get in the game. I'll give you just a moment to enter in. Does it scrape the roof of your mouth like his cereal? So I'll be honest with you, Chris, and the only way you're going to find out is if you win this cereal, because I don't know. I do have an extra bottle. I'm prepared to share it with the Party Gamecast, featuring the Party Gamecast, podcast about party games, games to take to parties. Ralph Hodge noting it would be bloops, which that's horrible. Oh, wait, the syrup isn't for putting on my cereal? No! This is pancake syrup. Let's go back. Let's do this real quick before we start the game. I wanna get in here. I wanna make it big. There you go, man. This is the real thing. Highly collectible, hard to get. You have to go places where the public is to even get yourself one. But I have it here, and you have a chance to win it in tonight's game. Let's pull out to the big screen. The trivia game is going to begin in a moment. One final call. Crowd.live into the code JBJCZ. We are about to begin. I'll let you know all the rules. There's going to be a picture on your screen. It's going to have something to do with the question. The faster you answer, the more points it's worth. If you get it wrong, nothing bad happens. You just didn't get it right, so you get no points. Question number 5 tonight is a video question. I don't know that it's going to work. It happens, man. But I'm just letting you know. Question number 5. I have never tried the format before. I don't know if it's going to work. Note here from Robert. If I win, I'm going to make blue milk out of the syrup and drink it live on camera. As well you should. As well you should. We will be covering it on the Party Gamecast in the episode. We're going to put 2 episodes out in August. One's going to come out very soon. An apology for July because we didn't get one out. In the August episode, we are, in fact, going to talk about this. So here we go. Let's start the gosh darn game. That's what we're all here for. We're here to win some syrup. Here's the countdown. 10, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stare at your phone. Question number 1 of tonight's game. What is this ad for? Is it a breakfast 21% of parents feed their children? A breakfast 39% of parents feed their children? A breakfast 56% of parents feed their children? Or a breakfast 65% of parents feed their children? What percentage of parents feed their children macaroni and cheese for breakfast? That's the question. I hope you have your answers in. Remember, stare at the phone. If you missed this first one, I'm sorry. I told you stare at the phone. Let's take a look. Let's see how you answered. 6 people guessing 21%, 4 answers, 33%, a third of the room guessing 39%, 2 people guessing 56%, no one guessing 65% of parents. I don't know why, although the correct answer is 56% of parents. This was just covered, I believe, in Advertising Age is where this came from. But that is why there is now an ad campaign for Kraft macaroni and cheese as breakfast. Welcome to 2020. It is the apocalypse that we deserve. Kristen knows she wants that bowl. That is a real sweet macaroni styled 1990s bowl. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. Hot Chip leading with 70 points, Michelle in with 28, and the rest of the room getting housed. Don't worry, there's a lot of game left. It's a 15-question game. But Hot Chip in the lead, getting it right. Michelle coming in second on that one. Once again, a lot of game left. We're going to move on to question number two. Question number two. What is that? Is that a Major League Baseball logo, a National Hockey League logo, a National Basketball Association logo, or an NFL logo, the National Football League? That is a logo for which league? It is a real logo. But for which league? Have you been paying attention? Are you out there? Do you know what's going on? Do you potentially live close to where this is and that may help you? Let's find out. Let's see how everybody answered. 2 guesses of a baseball logo, 9 guesses of an NHL logo, 82% of the room going for that. So here's what I'll say. I agree with you, 2 people that put baseball. It looks like a baseball logo. It is not. It is a hockey logo. That is the Seattle Kraken, the newly minted Seattle Kraken, playing in, I forget what Amazon called their stadium. I forget what the naming rights were. It was something like Help Children Throughout the Earth Stadium or whatever it is. Let's see what the scores look like with that. Or that's supposed to happen now. Let's see what the scores look like. Hot Chip leading with a $1.47. Chippy Maple with 94. Curse with 92. And a lot of people coming in between 80 and 50. Still 3 people missing questions. A lot of game ahead of us. A lot of games. Still 13 more questions to go before this is over. I will remind you once again, remember, stare at your phones for the questions. Also remember, question number 5 is a video question. And I have no idea how that's going to work out. Also remember, wherever you are, find us on Facebook, find us on YouTube, Board Game The Game Show. Give us a like, tell people about us. We need all the help we can get. We're going to move on to question number 3. Here we go. Question number 3. What show is this? Is it Boy Meets World? Is it Family Matters? Saved by the Bell? Or Blossom? Which show is that? You got a little clip there playing. It's just a little GIF. There's no sound, but I think you can get the point across. What show are you watching like 3 seconds of? Boy Meets World, Family Matters, Saved by the Bell, or Blossom? Let's take a look. All answers are in. The whole house goes for Saved by the Bell, and everybody is exactly right. I had a feeling this was going to go like this. Everybody gets it. Everybody gets points. Let's see how the leaderboard looks. Hot Chip leading with 238. Chippy Maple in at 187. Curse at 184. Robert at 174. 10 points off of third place. Although remember, only prizes for first place. Winner takes all tonight. Mousy Do at 167. Peep Dish at 162. Michelle at 155. Johnny at 153. R. Hodge at 147. Ian Reed at 192. Kristen at 86. Don at 17. Still a lot of game ahead of us. I probably won't read the whole board every time, but I wanted you all to know I thank you for being out there, and I love you, and I appreciate it. We're going to jump on to question number 4. Hands on buzzers. Get yourself ready. Stare at your phone screen. Here we go. Who is that? Is that Jake Paul, Chris Paul, Aaron Paul, or Rue Paul? Once again, who is that? Who's that dude? Which one of those Pauls is it? Is it Jake Paul, Chris Paul, Aaron Paul, or Rue Paul? Time is ticking down. 2 seconds left. Get it in. A note from Kristen. I want to bring this up here. Kristen thought it was the Seattle Mariners. Very reasonable. It looks like a baseball logo. Let's see how you answered this this question here about presumably Mr. Paul. 83% of the room guessing Jake Paul, 1 guess of Chris Paul, 1 guess of Aaron Paul, no one guessing that it was Rue Paul. Johnny admitting no idea, no clue who that is. You are in fact looking at one Mr. Jake Paul. Jake Paul's been in the news this week because the FBI raided 2 of his mansions because there's video of him just looting a place in Arizona. And if you look, like looking at the Jake Paul compounds, because that's what you have to call them, the compounds, from the helicopter shots, just, you think that face looks punchable on the screen. Just look at the houses. Just, oh, you got lucky on that one. Very good. That's how you get points. I know that the California estate had, I think he's been in boxing matches lately because there's like YouTuber boxing matches. And he has like a wrestling / boxing ring outside of his house that just, It's just there. Propped up next to one of his hot tubs uh, was a full rifle, just sitting there, just in case you need to just shoot out into the yonder, in case I guess like a squirrel's coming or a bear attacks you. But he was fully ready with a heck of a weapon. So there we go. Let's see how the scores are looking. Hot Chip leading with 313, Curse with 268, Chippy Meeple with 264, Robert with 262, 2 points out of bronze contention. A Peep Dish at 250. That's sort of the top of the pops. Pardon me. Miss Dew also had no clue on that one. Kristen acknowledging Aaron Paul could play him in the movie because of your Pauls, you had the right Paul. You had Chris Paul, who was a basketball player. You had Aaron Paul, who was an actor, and RuPaul, who is the queen of the world. We're moving on to question number 5. This is the one I warned you about. A video should be playing. I don't think it's going to have sound at first. You have to hit the turn the sound on. I would suggest you do that. It's going to help you. It's not essential, but it's quite important. Here we go. Question number 5. Brace yourselves. This is going to be a doozy. It's why I'm taking extra time. Uh, Yikes. Let me tell you. We're talking about this. Nothing sinks in this syrup. This syrup is almost a solid object. You might be in just slightly worse shape than his boat sinking in syrup. The syrup wrestling can come at your house once you've won this. We're going to move on to question 5. Stare at your phones. Here we go. Is that real? There it is. Is it real? It either is or it isn't. It seems like a trick. Yeah. Is Bruce trying to trick you? What is he doing? I don't know. Everyone's answered. We're going to go 46% said yes, it's real. 54% said no, it's not real. In fact, that is not real. That is a deep fake of Richard Nixon. So the deal is after the original moon landing, they had written a speech for Richard Nixon in the at that point thought of conceptually lost myself there. At that point, conceptually, they were going to lose all of the astronauts, and they needed to have Nixon prepared to give a speech to unite the nation around the loss of the astronauts. So they wrote the speech. The speech had always been there, and Nixon never had to give the speech because everything went well. But the speech has always been there. Recently, MIT decided to take that speech and make the video you just saw that looks like Nixon read it somewhere. So that is real. There was a note, no audio on the video. I think you had to click a button to get the audio, and that's why we're testing this one. That's why I warned you that this was a test. Let's see how the scores go. Curse leading with 331, Hot Chip with 313, Robert with 310, Chippy Meeple at 299. Rick! I'm sorry, that was very loud, but you have an exclamation point. So that's why I'm doing it. 285 for R Hodge, 264 for Michelle, 250 for Peep Dish. Everything else is not going to have videos and stuff. I just wanted to test to see how that goes. Looks like for Johnny, there was no audio. If anybody else had any issues with that one, let me know. Because I like the idea of video questions, but I don't know if they work or how it works for you out there. This was my test. So let me know. We're going to move on to question number 6. There will be more gifts. I believe there are no more videos. Question number 6. Who is that? Is that the president of Brazil, the president of Chile, the president of Panama, or the president of Argentina? That is the president of where? Question is, that is the president of exactly which country? And I am hiding for a second because I need my notes on what his name is. There we go. Now I can come back where it doesn't look like I'm looking at my phone. Hey, everybody. I need just a second. Looked around for my notes. Didn't have my notes. So is that the president of Brazil, the president of Chile, the president of Panama, or the president of Argentina? One guess, two guess, 17% for Brazil, quarter of the room for Chile, no one for Panama. And over half the room guessing the president of Argentina. That is, in fact, the president of Argentina, Alberto Fernandez. Alberto Fernandez. I was hoping, I specifically found a picture. I either wanted one of him in front of the flag, or in that case, he's wearing a sash that is the flag of Argentina. So I tried to give you a little bit of help as best I could. Let's see. I think you should ask peeps to check that their volume is on. Mine was on, but it was super low. Okay. So in the future, when we do video questions, we'll let you know that you need to turn your volume up. Thank you, everybody, for being willing to go through that one with me. I know, but prizes are on the line. But sometimes that's how we have to test things. Panama. I thought it was cannonball. Cannonball. Let's take a look at the scores. R. Hodge leading with 357. Michelle at 331. Curse at 331. If I had a prize for second place, this would make me very nervous because I'm not prepared to break a tie. 313, 310. Johnny at 299, tied up with Chibi Meeple. 250s. This is a very hard game to have an absolute tie in, and some of you have managed that. That is very impressive. We're moving on to question number 7. Stare at your phones. Here we go. What flag is this? Is that the city of Las Vegas, the city of Amsterdam, the city of Madrid, or the city of Detroit? Once again, is that the city of Vegas, the city of Amsterdam, the city of Madrid, or the city of Detroit? That is a city flag of one of those cities. But who knows city flags? No one knows city flags. Is it Vegas, Amsterdam, Madrid, or Detroit? I feel like, I don't know if Detroit would have that HIPAA flag. I feel like Detroit would have like a car on it or something. Let's take a look. There are appropriately 69%, nice, guessing the city of Amsterdam, 3 guesses on the city of Madrid, 1 on the city of Detroit, everybody figuring it is not, in fact, Las Vegas, Nevada. The correct answer is, of course, Amsterdam. That is the city flag of Amsterdam, the 3 X's there. A question, cities have flags? Yes, they do. As a matter of fact, because I know you're geographically close, the city flag of Baltimore is the Baltimore crest in the middle of the yellow part of the Maryland flag. Nice. Indeed. Let's take a look. Let's see how that shakes up the scores. Curse leading with 403. Michelle, 2 points back for first place for that shot at the syrup. So close. Hot Chip at 391. Very close to everybody. Robert, 337. Johnny, 370. As we look at the top 5. Remember, top person, single top player is taking home this unfortunately blue bottle of syrup. Moving on to question number 8. Stare at your phones. Here we go. This is a Smash Brothers character, but it's also in what kind of arcade game? One that used a rollerball, one that used a joystick, one that used a rifle, or one that used a handgun? Once again, that is a Smash Brothers character right there. But was also in what kind of arcade game? One that used a rollerball, one that used a joystick, one that used a rifle, or one that used a handgun? Once again, we are asking about the arcade game. I cannot stress that enough. There's a question, what's my flag? I don't have a flag. I've never had to take over anything. I'm not a country. You're not a country if you don't have a flag. I'm not even a city. All I have is this gold background. That's all the cloth I have around. Let's see how you all answered. One guess of one with a roller ball, half split between one that used a rifle and one that used a handgun. So, that is Duck Hunt. I'm sure you know that. If you are of a certain age or you've studied video games, you know that the NES, the old school NES, the gray NES, came with a clicky gun that was orange and gray. And the arcade game had a giant rubber handgun. Handgun is the correct answer on that one. It did use a handgun. And it was a big, chunky, crazy one. As a matter of fact, recently I went to MagFest and played Duck Hunt. Things I've now learned, I'm better at shooting as an adult than I was as a kid. And holding a heavy rubber handgun up for 10 minutes is like a legit arm workout. So there's no you could get a scope for it. That would be for the home system. Maybe you could have gotten a scope for it. In the arcade, it was always part of a versus machine, which were the machines they had that kind of like went out sideways. And it would either be Duck Hunt or it would be Cowboy, or the third game was Hogan's Alley, which was my favorite. Sometimes the 2 sides would both have guns and you could play Duck Hunt or Hogan's Alley. But in the arcade, it never had a sight. It was always a big, chunky, orange rubber handgun. So let's take a look. Let's see how that affects the scores. Curse leading with 742. Hot Chip with 471. 472. And 471, a 1-point match as we had just about half the game left. 7 questions remaining. R. Hodge in third with 436. Michelle dropping down to 401. Robert at 377. Still half the game to go. Watch your phones. Oh, wait a minute. Let's take a look here. When the dog laughed at you, oh, I just wanted to shoot him instead of the ducks. You could. He got real mad about that. I also like if you play him in Smash Brothers, the stuff they do, you actually see like the light flashes that would have been from the gun that you played as a kid. So they'll attack you, like light flash, light flash, light flash with the clay pigeons that are from other parts of the game. So neat, fun stuff they snuck in there. If you play Smash Brothers and to be old enough to have played Duck Hunt. Here we go. Moving on to question number 9. What is that? Is that a shoe with a Chicago Bull on it, a shoe with a New York Knick on it, a shoe with a fashion designer on it, or a shoe with a famous chef on it? That is definitely a shoe. There is definitely someone on it. There might even be a little help if you can see close, but I don't think you need that kind of help. Is that a Chicago Bull, a New York Knick, a fashion designer, or a famous chef? What are you looking at there? Let's take a look. Let's see how you answered. 3 people guessing. 23% goes with the Chicago Bull. 69% again, nice. Guessing it's a New York Knick. 1 person guessing it's a fashion designer. All of you know your famous chefs and have decided that that is not one. As a note, I believe the correct question is, what are those? Yeah. They are. Let's get your question answered. It is, in fact, as many of you know, New York Knick. That is Patrick Ewing. Patrick Ewing still has a company, or I guess rebuilt a company, making Patrick Ewing shoes. Which back in the day, in like the '90s, Ewings were a thing. They are a thing again. That is with, I forget what fashion designer he crossed over with to make that one. Ian Reed noting the Zapper. Indeed. But yeah, so those are from the Ewing company. If you go look for Ewing shoes, it will take you to a website. A lot of really neat crossovers. I found the company because they did a shoe crossover with Grillo's Pickles. Delicious Grillo's Pickles, not a sponsor. Let's see how this changed the board. Curse leading with 548, now putting a legit distance between first and second. R. Hodge with 509, Hot Chip with 471. Eddie, welcome to the game. Rick is out there. Johnny with 443, Chippy Meeple with 441, hot in contention. There are 5 questions left in the game. Still a chance to get in the game 100 points per question. You try to go Nick too quickly and hit C. That's how it goes. Once you click in, you're done. If you're still out there watching, you want to jump in the game, go to crowd.live, put in JBJCZ. I feel like everybody's probably far enough ahead at this point that you're not going to win the game, but feel free to play. We love having as many people as possible. Love those Grillo's Pickles. So do I. So do I. For a while, I tried to get them as a sponsor on the Party Gamecast. Delicious Grillo's Pickles available at your Target stores, not a sponsor. So we're going to move on to question number 10. Who is that? Is that the artist behind Super Bass, the artist behind Fancy, the artist behind Party in the USA, or the artist behind I Like It? That person you're looking at is a musical artist. Is that the person behind Super Bass, Fancy, Party in the USA, or I Like It? Which of those songs did that person do? All answers are in. Let's take a look. 4 guesses for Super Bass, 1 person going for Fancy, everybody guessing it's not Miley Cyrus, and most of the room going for I Like It. That is, in fact, Cardi B, the artist behind I Like It. And today I've been on a Cardi B kick because she just put out a song called WAP, which some of you should go check out, and the rest of you would be highly offended. If you're out there and you're like, I would be highly offended, then just don't go looking for it. Let's take a look here. I keep playing though. I got to take care of work. Good luck. I'll win that syrup. We'll do what we can, Robert. Thanks so much for checking out. Thanks for being here. Please just tell every person about what we're doing here. On this edition of Things No One Wanted, shoeings. Get it? Ewings. They're shoeings. She does seem very bored, but I think that's like a pretty bored where you're just like, I'm here. Take my picture. Let's take a look at what this does to the board. Curse leading with 548. Johnny jumping up in his second at 513. Chippy Meeple at 511. I believe 4th place is 509. This is still anyone's contest. Johnny, you can taste the syrup, which I'm giving you the wrong side. You can taste that syrup. There we go. An Aunt Jemima bottle of syrup, which I believe all of that's changing. But hey, I think it's already collectible because of Captain Crunch. And it's blue. It's horrible blue. Do you have one of those fountains from the video? Alas, I do not. I don't even know that they have one of those fountains from the video. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check it out. If you think you'd be offended, don't. We're going to move on to question number 11. Here we go. What is this scene from? Is it from a 1977 movie, a 1978 movie, a 1979 movie, or a 1980 movie? This is just a clear, dirty trivia question. You have to do these sometimes. We got to put a little stank on them where we just give you an answer you know in a way in which you don't know how to answer. It's a thing that we do. It's how multiple choice works. Sometimes you want to win the $1 million in Millionaire, and we have to ask you the question that way. This is hardly a $1 million millionaire question, but that's what I've got. Let's take a look at how you answer. Third of the room guesses 1977, half the room guesses 1978, one person guessing 1979, one person guessing 1980. The correct answer is 1979. Oh, this one I had to double check myself. I actually own the movie poster to this. I had to look at the bottom of the movie poster and then double checked it again on IMDb. The movie is 1979. That is from the original Muppet movie. And this scene is a heck of a thing. I would say no matter what age you are, it is very difficult to understand how this happens. Like watching puppets bike is just a heck of a thing. Christopher going, no, yes, 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 yes. Oh shoot, wrong Muppet movie. No, probably the right Muppet movie. The original Muppet movie came out in 1979, which once again I also was shocked by. I thought 78 as well, but no. I think that's Muppets Take Manhattan. Um, both I think were from the same year. But I believe most things are showing. But I think that's Central Park. I think you're absolutely right. So let's take a look and see how this changes the board. Curse with 548, Johnny with 513, Chippy Meeple with 511, R Hodge at 509. As we head in to question number 12, stare at your screens. Here we go. What is that? Is that the logo of the Flash, the logo of Black Lightning, the logo of Raiden, or the logo of Shazam? Which is that? Is that the Flash, Black Lightning, Raiden, or Shazam? I think some of you out there, this is going to be just real simple for you. But every so often, I just have to put like just a normal question about comic books. Uh, Eduardo noting, no CGI there. You can't, I know, you can't CGI that. You have to like float a guy over bicycles on a running rig. I've always found that just incredibly difficult to manage. I think that's Muppets Take Manhattan, not the Muppet movie. You might be right. Either way, luckily the other years were earlier, so everyone got it wrong. One person I think was credited correctly. I may have gotten that one incorrect. I don't think I did, but I might have. And if I did, I'm sorry. Every once in a while, I make a mistake, and the good news is then like there just wasn't a gettable answer. As we take a look, is it the Flash, Black Lightning, Raiden, or Shazam? Let's take a look how you answered. 5 people guessing the Flash, 38% of the room for the Flash, 62% of the room for Shazam, because 62% of the room knows it is in fact Shazam. The colors are the same as the Flash. You can even think it's the Flash. A circle is normally what would help you differentiate those. Rick calling for letter E, the Power Rangers. Got a CA. Well, it is D to get that one right. Let's take a look. Let's see how the scores are going. Curse leading with 633, Johnny at 604, and that was Johnny's question. Chippy Meeple at 587. Brave Maximus, welcome to the game. Eddie, thanks so much for playing. Hot Chip at 527, R Hodge at 509. 3 questions remaining. 13, 14, 15. 3 questions left in the game. Here we go. Question number 13. Watch your phones. What is that? Is that Paris? Is that the most populous city in the world? Is that the largest city in the world? Or are you looking at Las Vegas? What is that? Is that Paris? Is that the most populous city in the world? Although I put word, I hope you'll spot me the letter. Is it the largest city in the world or is it Las Vegas? Which are you looking at there? I know. How do you process those answers? That's what I was trying to do there. Let's take a look at your answers. No guesses of Paris. 7 guesses of the most populous city in the world, or the word is what but you get what I was saying. 1 guess, 8% for the largest city in the world. 5 guesses, 38% that you were looking at Las Vegas, Nevada. You were looking at the most populous city in the world. That is Tokyo Tower. Tokyo is the single most populous city in the world, and that is the famous Tokyo Tower. The largest city in the world is in China, and Las Vegas and Paris, you know. A call for where is New Zealand? As soon as I need a fish thrown, I'll try to get New Zealand on the line. I I need more people to be wrong. I understand. This is a tough one. These are you're good players out there. You make it difficult. Let's see how this is going to set the board up. Curse leading with 633, Johnny at 604, Chibi Meeple at 587, R Hodge at 547. Those are the top four as we start to move in. Uh, Johnny also noting that he needs some folks to start getting things wrong. Mostly, you just need Curse to start getting things wrong. As we move into question number 14, two questions left. Still plenty of time to get in the game if you're in the top ranks. If you're in the bottom, thank you so much for coming to play. I appreciate it. Remember, if you like what we're doing, check out Board Game the Game Show. I would love it if you would go to YouTube and just subscribe. It helps over there. Also, if you take a look at the bottom of the screen, it flashes every so often down here. This is the part where I'm going to sell things. Look down here, it'll tell you. Remember, please like, subscribe, share. And you can tip me if you like what I'm doing here. Go to ko-fi.com, ko-fi coffee.com. Bruce Vogue, if you like this, it helps buy the syrup and the curtains and all the things around. So let's jump back into the game. We're in question number 14. Here we go. Who is this woman? Is that a part owner of the XFL, a well-known stunt person, a possible vice presidential candidate, or a former WWE Women's Champion? There, you probably know the gentleman that's in the picture, but we're talking about the woman, the lady. Who is the lady there? Is that a part owner of the XFL, a well-known stunt person, a possible vice presidential candidate, or a former WWE Women's Champion? All possible, all reasonable. What are your guesses? 47% of the room guesses a part owner of the XFL. 20% guessing a well-known stunt person. One person figures it's a presidential or vice presidential candidate, and 4 guesses of a former WWE Women's Champion. So the gentleman you're looking at there, of course, is The Rock. That is The Rock's ex-wife, who is an investment firm with The Rock, and the two of them just recently bought the XFL. The story came out this week that Vince McMahon had to get rid of the XFL. It didn't work. It failed. And it was bought by an investment group that included The Rock and also The Rock's ex-wife, who was in that picture. And recently it came out she was very upset that all of the press said XFL bought by The Rock and didn't mention her at all. So there you go. Let's take a look. Let's see how that's going to affect the scores. Johnny leading with 673. There is a note from Christopher. Haha, I timed out on that question. Oh no, Johnny, that's how you got ahead. 673, Curse at 633 because of technical glitches. Once again, remember, we here at the Board Game the Game Show cannot take care of any technical glitches that may happen with your phone, your service provider, blah, 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 blah. Johnny leading with 673. One question left. This is what's going on. It is the final question for your chance to win. Captain Crunch's Ocean Blue artificially flavored syrup. We're going to pull away again. We're going to go to the big screen. I want you to see what you're playing for. I want you to see the prize there. Captain Crunch's Ocean Blue artificially maple flavored syrup. There we go. I want it clear. I want it crystal clear. That's the prize you're playing for. That's what we're doing. Final question of the game. Hands on buzzers. Get yourself ready. Here we go. Who is that? Is that a former member of the Talking Heads, a former member of Blondie, a former member of Genesis, or a former member of the Velvet Underground? What is that? Is that a former member of the Talking Heads, a former member of Blondie, a former member of Genesis, or a former member of the Velvet Underground? You were looking at a relatively famous video from the 1980s. I'll give you that much help. That's another one. No real CGI there either. That is all just stop motion footage. Let's take a look at how you guessed. 4 people guessing, 25% of the room guessing the Talking Heads, nobody going for Blondie. 10 people answering a member of Genesis. 1 for the Velvet Underground. The correct answer, of course, is a former member of Genesis. That is Peter Gabriel. A question, is the syrup kosher? Oh, I have to guess it's not. Let's take a look. So it definitely does not say it is. I would be inclined to guess, is it possible that the coloring is going to do it? Because it's mostly just corn syrup past that. It could be. I don't know what's keeping this. Maybe one of the thickeners is one of those thickeners that has like pork bone in it. Maybe that's what's keeping it from being kosher. But it is not. It is also just filthy blue, just horrible blue. Man, I remember when this was on Nickelodeon. Oh yeah, for a while it was on Nickelodeon. It was on MTV. It was everywhere. Call me when you get Captain Crunch naturally flavored ocean syrup with real whale chunks included. Unfortunately, no. Thank you for the laugh, Eduardo. And I'm guessing it's Milk from Walruses. I probably shouldn't have clicked that one, but we're here now, aren't we? Let's take a look and see who won the game. Here we go. Johnny, you are our winner with 762 points. Johnny, you have won the syrup. Bam! Good work. This is all yours, Johnny. This is a thing you have now. You now can take this to where you make content and you can go drink this. People will tune in nonstop to see you drink this. Everybody out there, thank you so much for coming to play tonight. We do this every single week. It'll be here every week, Friday night at 8 o'clock for It's Quiz Time. Also, starting next week on Thursdays, we are doing the interview, where we interview I'm going to do in quotes, famous person. This coming week, it's going to be Flip Flory from Flip Flory's Super Saturday Board Game Spectacular. He's also come out with a brand new product called Cube, which is, I don't have it with me. It's upstairs. I forgot to bring it here, which means I'm just a terrible person for plugging. But it's a cube. It's a giant wooden cube, and it comes with accessories. It's like an action figure, but it's a cube. So if you play board games, and you probably do, those cubes can be anything, and now you can have a cube action figure. Flip Flory will be on the show on the interview. Your chance to win Cube. You get to play a 50-50 game where you guess how Flip feels about things, and your chance, once again, to win that fabulous prize. Can you please put this in a place where Johnny has to claim it and say that he's come to claim it? Thank you so much for coming out for Trivia Night. I really appreciate it once again. We are doing it each and every week, every Friday night. Check social media at BG The Game Show, and we'll tell you right there. Yeah, Johnny, don't choke on it. It's going to be terrible. Can you please? Oh, he's definitely going to claim it. Johnny, contact me on Twitter at BG The Game Show, or you know how to find me. You're watching this on Facebook. Reach out to me, and I'll bring this to you, and then you'll have horrible blue syrup. Once again, we'll be back next Thursday with the interview with Flip Flory. Next Friday, we'll be doing this again. We'd love to see it. Tell everyone about it. Please like, subscribe, share. Tell everyone about it. If you like what I'm doing, go to coffee.com/Bruce Vogue and tip me. I always appreciate that because I like coffee. Thank you so much, Ian. Ian noting it's fun. Thank you, Ralph Hodge. Thank you so much for coming out, Ralph Hodge. Thank you for being here. Thank you for doing it. Miss Do, everybody. Have a fantastic week. And remember, between now and the next time I see you, go play something. Bye.